Foundation grant was for a program called Lunch with a Professional that allowed students to meet with various professionals in a bunch of different fields to experience and hear from their perspective exactly what it is they do in their career every day, and basically keep it informal and discussion based so that they can get a true sense of what that profession would look like. I think it's been a nice way for all grade levels, freshmen through seniors, to kind of get insight into things that maybe they don't see on a real life basis from someone that does it every day. We are able to give them a great academic perspective, but I think this is the real life perspective, seeing things from police officers to firefighters to ER doctors, lawyers, veterinarians, just a whole array of things for students. So this way they just get to open their eyes a little bit more.
Brain Boot Camp is a 2-day program. It occurs on the PSAE days, the state testing days. Kids are coming in the morning, they're exercising, and then at 7:45 we provide them with a healthy breakfast so that when they go to test they can have a positive experience.
The students that I have spoken with and other colleagues have spoken with gave positive feedback. They really enjoyed it. They felt like they had energy throughout the whole test, which is one of the goals that we were striving for.
Today we have a nutritional speaker coming in talking about energy drinks and the good and bad of them. At the same time, she's showing them the different healthy snacks that the kids can do prior to an event.
Over the last 3 years, we've seen the numbers of students that are participating in these days grow exponentially each year, and that means we're really reaching students in the school and getting across the importance of not only exercising and eating nutritious foods at all times, but we're also seeing that they're understanding that, hey, if I exercise, we're going to see positive results with our test scores.
The grant that we received this year allowed us to move our symposium out of our high schools and into a conference center at Moraine Valley. 300 students, 24 different speakers.
Sports medicine labs, I think that's what really makes it. Orthotics lab, they learned how to assess someone that would need an orthotic. Basically create a mold that if they need to send it to the factory and create one, they could easily do it right now because they had an EMT in and teach them how to splint, whether it be a femur fracture, an arm fracture, whatnot. Lab where the kids were able to use tape to tape an ankle, tape wrists.
So I had a couple of doctors come in and do not so much labs, but more of an eval, kind of a hands-on eval. So a doctor would show how he would go about doing a shoulder eval. So a lot of the students were in there to see the doctors firsthand why he does this test, why he does this test.
Kids really got a real big kick out of that and actually doing something hands-on.
What I did is I was able to go onto Amazon and some different websites and get books that my students would then be able to read in class. What they are is they're focused on different career categories. So I was able to find books that dealt with science, books that dealt with business, books that dealt with human issues for those who want to go into teaching and social work. And it's of interest to them and also pushes them forward to possible careers that they may want in the future. To see them excited about school and to see them just excited about their futures and what lies ahead. Some of my students didn't even really think of what they wanted to be or what college, they would like to go to. And now that we've done this, they're really saying, oh, well, this has a great teaching program, or, oh, the science program here if I want to go into biology. And it's really just from reading these books.
The District 230 Foundation Grant has provided our students here at Sandburg with the opportunity to compete in this year's 2012 Midwest Regional Competition. FIRST has given our students the opportunity to compete with other schools from all around the world in a robotics challenge that brings together engineering, mathematics, science, and technology.
You have to design and build a robot in 6 weeks. Students plan, design, draw CAD drawings, manufacture all the nuts and bolts, mechanical, electrical work. So basically, in 6 weeks, they're learning what it's like to be an engineer. This year's competition pitted teams from all over the Midwest in a game called Rebound Rumble, in which the robots had to make baskets and kind of play basketball and also balance on a ramp at the very end.
Our students had the opportunity this season to work hand in hand with local engineers to compete in this year's challenge, providing our students with a real-world view and outlook of what it takes to be an engineer in this day and age.
Our grant was used to help support our career initiatives here at the school, and 4 in particular that we used the money for. First was our Fall Career Day. That was where we bring in about 110 speakers. It's an all-school career day where everybody gets to see 2 speakers and obviously to learn about the professions. Secondly, in the spring we had for the juniors career, making good career choices, and we brought in some folks from the federal law enforcement, and they talked about how making good choices or possibly bad choices can affect future employment and college eligibility. Third, just last week we had our first annual career and college fair where we invited 65 universities and trades in to talk to our juniors during lunch periods so they can get a better understanding of what's ahead post-secondary. And the last initiative is our career exploration luncheons, where we bring in people from the community, from the 16 different career clusters, and they meet with our students, freshmen through seniors, and they talk about their individual career.
Well, the combination of the college and career initiatives here at Andrew High School this year provided all of our students with the knowledge and the insight that they need in making wiser college and career choices down the line. And I think it went a long way in helping us out and helping our students choose classes for the future also while they're in high school.
Hold a district fashion show. It was a winter fashion show that involved Andrew students, Sandburg students, and STAG.
And we thought it would give our students the experience of firsthand knowledge of some of what we teach in class. They could work with some of the community members that we had helping with the fashion show. A lot of them got to put together their own outfits and set up and did some background work with it, and it gave them some hands-on knowledge and experience for the class.
Only the modeling, but the fashion production part of it, there were some people that took pictures. We also had someone there to help with the makeup artist and the hairdressers.
We do have several that are continuing, whether it's the merchandising side or the modeling or purchasing. There's different areas that a lot of our students are looking into. So it gave them some knowledge that they can take with them once they go to school and beyond.
Grant helped provide us with a new computer to help run our new automation software. The software is going to allow students to actually produce higher quality shows in advance. It's going to also increase student involvement within our club. Well, currently we have about 70 staff members, and so some is just kind of a hobby thing to do. Others are actually pursuing this in their careers and create spots for organizations like International Fest, where we can help advertise that, as well as play some of the International Fest music. Currently our radio station is streamed in our hallways, so we can also produce things for our passing periods, so we can get out some information to the students and faculty. It's 24/7 internet. So.
Hi, my name is Michael Burfato, and I'm president of the Regal Eagle at Carl Sandburg High School. In 57 years, Carl Sandburg High School has never had a school store. This year, however, we received a grant from the district to construct an actual school store. With the convenience of having a school store in the Commons, students can purchase gum, books, school supplies, spiritware, and other apparel at our location. In addition to having monetary profits, we have profits of community, of leadership, teamwork, and professionalism. Students will take these skills not only throughout college, but their professional lives as well.
Bring in some outside speakers, as well as using the expertise that's in our building to get our parents just educated on a variety of topics and to get a dialogue going. College admissions reps talked about the whole piece related to getting into school, looking for the right school for you. They presented to a group of predominantly junior parents. A speaker that came in from the Illinois Association for Drug Dependency and spoke to our parents about kind of current trends in drug-related issues in the South suburban area. So our social workers came in and spoke to our parents about adolescent development and different strategies to work with in dealing with their teenager. Judge from the Cook County Circuit Court came in and spoke about 7 reasons to leave the party. So we're going to finish up the year with a final parent university regarding some cyber issues, internet safety and things like that. It's definitely been good because it really captures, our topics have really captured a wider age group.
grant that we applied for and received was for a program called Follett Shelf, which is a program that allows us to offer electronic books to students. It is something offered by the company called Follett, and we choose both fiction and nonfiction books that are available to students 24/7 online.
We have a lot of different learning styles, so the students gravitate towards computers now, and we have to move with technology.
Well, I think the access is very important. They can reach it home, anywhere they have a computer here at school. There is an opportunity, if they have an iPad, there's an app, so they are allowed to also connect through that. We're expecting them to come out with apps for the Android and for the phones, so hopefully this is something that also will expand in the future.
After we told the staff about it, they're very, very excited, and they've advertised it to the students. So we've had a number of students already access books, and I think the more that they find and the more that we add to the collection, I think it'll be even better.
A 9/11 tribute, since it was the 10-year anniversary of 9/11, and I wanted to do something important and something significant for our students who at the time will have very small memories of the event because they were 4, 5, 6, or 7. So many of them may have not even been in the country at the time when it happened, so they just did not quite get the full meaning of the event of this day. So I wanted to bring in someone who was there, somebody significant, someone that could share a more personal story for all of us that day.
Welcome to Amos Lonzo Stagg High School's 10-year reflection of September 11th, 2001. It is not the end of violence, but the vast majority of people want to live together, want justice for all human beings.
I don't remember much at all. This has kind of been my life ever since. I've never known any different.
It was such a big deal, but you don't know that at the time, especially when you're that young and people don't want to tell you everything because they don't want to ruin your views.
So many different places, and what's always amazed me about our kids is they've always been genuine. When you interact with them, you get a certain honesty that I don't think you always get from teenage students. It is now my pleasure to introduce Captain Al Fuentes, retired New York City fireman.
They're here today so we might share some thoughts and remember the great sacrifices that were made on 9/11. Sacrifices that were made by extraordinary individuals that in many ways are just like you and me.
When you grow up and you start to hear more about it with every year, or with, every story, it kind of changes the impact of it for you.
Hearing it from somebody who actually, survived and living and having a speaker, live right in front of you, it really confirmed how terrible those happenings were.
Informing that others and I were still alive, buried, and needed immediate assistance. One of the nice things about, about 9/11 is the way everybody behaved. And it wasn't like, we were trying to save, a Spanish guy, a black individual, or a Muslim, or an Irish person. It wasn't. There was no thought about that. It was just this. Let me help this individual that's in a tough situation. Let me get them out of here. A dear friend and firefighter Joe Angelini, who I worked with in Manhattan Rescue 1, heroically died on 9/11.
His story and just hearing about the people who sacrificed their lives just really got to everyone. It brought tears to me and other students.
I asked Ray Downey. She nodded again. This was one of my saddest moments of my life, and I started crying again. The message is more about acceptance, the message is more about, embracing, not only, embracing the different cultures in the group, but also embracing even first responders, there's issues there. There's issues with PD not talking to fire and all that stuff, and we made those mistakes in New York City. However, none of this will matter unless you take responsibility for yourself. They believe in yourself and what you can do.
Today just made me understand everything that happened and be there for everyone that suffered and hurt and honor those people that helped us.
Realizing how much it really changed our country and how much we've grown since then, it really inspires me to pursue my dreams and to believe that my hopes for the country are possible.
Never forget the sacrifices that have been made by so many, not only on 9/11, 2001, in New York City, but across our nation, around the world, sacrifices that are made every day by your families, by your teachers, and by so many others, making our country and our way of life something that we can be proud of.